Hi everyone, it's Lillian here coming to you from Alberta, Canada, and I'm so happy to have you join me tonight in this just a few days before Christmas, the Christmas week I guess we call it. I don't know what it's like where you are, but it's not too bad here except that it is a bit cloudy, and I was hoping to see that famous star tonight. So I'll take another look after this Facebook Live is over. So depending where you live, have you been able to see that star? I've seen some people post pictures already. So if you're looking for it, I hope that you see it. So let's go down to my desk and see what we have in store tonight. So here we are, and you might say, Lillian, why do you have the catalog open on your desk? To that page, we've done moose things. Well, I have just something, it's actually the sample here that I want to show you more than the moose. So let's just get this centered, and let me get the computer up and running, and then we'll be set to go here. And let's see, make sure that we are live, and it looks like we are. There we go. Now ever since I've seen this catalog, ever since it's come out, I have liked this, and I plan to make something like it. So I am just going to make one portion of something similar. It's not going to be the buffalo check, the plaid in the background. It is not going to be the moose or anything like that. But you've got this as one idea, and then I'm going to show you another idea. And I think this is something that you could make with the children in your life as well as for yourself. And these work great individually or strung together. So how do we go about doing that? That's my focus for tonight. So let's move that to the side, and just point out, if you're wanting to shop on my online store or check things out, this is my website here, and the current hostess code, it's just been updated, is this one right here. So that's if you're shopping online. And do remember, if you are still looking for something to give a crafter in your life, or if somebody is doing some last minute shopping for you, remember I do have gift certificates. So I can either send them online or have you do front porch pickup. So keep that in mind if that's something you want. All right, just before I start, I really appreciate if you click like if you're watching me on Facebook Live, or leave me a comment and let me know you're here. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, I would love it if you would hit subscribe or the thumbs up button or something like that. Okay. Oh, I have a couple of things I was supposed to remember to say. Tomorrow's newsletter, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I will put the link after I'm finished here. But in tomorrow's newsletter, just a reminder, there's a link if you would like to receive a birthday card from me. I don't need your year, but the month and day and your address. There's a link there to give me that information. Some of you are still wanting to pick up a new catalog if you live in the area, or you want me to send one to you. Again, that's if you live in Canada. I would love to do that if you do not already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And the other thing is, tomorrow the newsletter will also talk about the paper share that I'm going to be offering, and likely between Christmas and New Year's I will do a short video on the paper share so you can explain it. Irene, hi. I was so excited about that you got to see the Star of Bethlehem tonight. I'm envious, actually. After this is over, I'm going to look. It was cloudy all day, so I was thinking we wouldn't get to see it, but maybe the clouds have cleared. So anyway, to make a banner, you just need to decide on what size you want. I chose to make it 4 by 5.5. I chose to make it 4 inches because then I could get 3 panels out of half a sheet of designer paper. Now I've made banners that are just 2 inches wide, and then you can use the banner punch, the banner triple punch. It works great. But for tonight, I am using a piece of designer paper that is 4 by 5.5. And what I did first off is I just took some scrap paper that is that size, and I folded it in half. And then I took my paper trimmer, and if I wanted it so that, let me just see here, open this up. Ta-da! I wanted it so that it's fishtail, or that there's a V here, then I would make the fold, cut part way up the fold and then to the outer edge. So the part that opens up, I would cut that way. If I wanted my banner to be pennant shape, so like that, then I would cut so that the open end is in a ways on my paper trimmer and cut there. And so either way, and I'll cut this one just to show you, you're going to have it, oh, I did it the wrong way. That's all right, I did it the banner way. So there, you've got it all set to go. So you can make it any size you want. So that's just how I came up with it. Then I took that shape, and actually I wanted this shape. So then I took this shape and I put it on my paper and just held it there and trimmed it. And I did it the other one here so that you can see the two different ones like that. All right, what paper am I using? Well, this paper is called, oh my goodness, I'm blanking out, and I put it to the side. But it's towards the end of the alphabet. I forget what it is, but I only have a little bit left. So on one side it might have red foil and then black and white, or it might have gold foil and then on the other side black and white. So it looks like it's from a newspaper almost, and on this side it's just print. Again, looks like it's from a newspaper, and then black and white, and then just print. So what we are using here, and let me just find that for you because it is gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Look at the index. It is called Wonder of the Season Specialty Designer Paper. It's on page 31. 31, there it is. It's found right here, but it looks so much more impressive, as it always does in person. So we've got these banners. So let's work on one here to begin with. So I wanted to keep it simple so that you could see that you could do it with children, or you could do it for yourself. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, and then I'll show some other variations as well. So I've got my basic banner shape, and I'm just going to take some punches, and because this is black and white, I chose to keep it pretty simple. So I'm going to layer, I'm going to use my 2 1/4 inch circle punch for the bottom layer here, like that. And then I'm going to bring in my 2-inch circle punch. Now you could use whatever shape you wanted, and definitely you don't have to do circles, but you're going to get the idea here. So that was the 2-inch, the 2 1/4, and I'm going to glue them together. Just slide this out of the way here, so in case I get glue happy. And there we go, like that. Now, there we go. And now I just want to put a 3D item on here. And so I thought, well, what shall I do? So I brought in the classic Christmas 6x6 designer paper. Now this isn't in the catalog. This is actually part of a special that is still on. So there was the Curvy Christmas, and I even had a class on this. I've done tons of samples with this, and you can get that stamp set. You can get this paper. These two are only while supplies last. And then this is a bundle that, and the curves match these curves. So I had to get this bundle as well. Plus I really like this. This is a sneak peek of what is coming in the new mini catalog. So that is where I got the paper. So let me just put that to the side. Oh, I was going to show you. So it's not necessarily Christmas. It's got cherry cobbler. So there's your front and back of each of the pieces. Sahara sand. and shaded spruce, and then whisper white, of course. So I'm going to bring that in. I decided that I wanted punches so that you could punch some out and share them with somebody you know, and they could make it with you. So many people are doing all kinds of things through not Facebook Lives, through FaceTime or Zoom or whatever, and doing things together. And so this is something you could do. You could make up the kit ahead of time and then work on it together. But I'm just going to use something that is fairly symmetrical. So the tree punch, and you'll notice how I got lots of trees out of there. So I'm going to punch out 3 trees. And I've decided to use the side of the paper that it doesn't matter if it's sideways or up and down, so I don't have to worry about directional kinds of things, but you can do whatever. Now I want to fold these in half, and I want the inside to be here. So I could just fold it in half, or I could use my paper trimmer and use the scoring tool and do this. So I want this side to be there, so I'm going to score on the back, and I'm going to put the point of the tree here and the trunk, try to center it and make sure I use the scoring tool. Some of you watched me slice what I was trying to score the other night, and do the same thing here. It's just going to make folding it in half a little bit easier. It's not totally necessary, but I like to go for easy, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold them so that the side I want to show, maybe I should have done the other side. Actually, I'm going to change my mind, so much for scoring it that way, but I will fold it this way, and then I really want to burnish that fold really well. I want it nice and sharp. So there's 1, and here's 2. Now I'm choosing to do 3 pieces to make this, but you could do 5, but I find 3 is usually sufficient. Now that they're folded like that, I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. And again, it can be whatever glue you want. For me, I just find the liquid glue easier. And I'm going to stack them, keep them folded, and just stack them one on top of the other. This works great for any symmetrical shape, whether it's a die or a punch. You can do it with hearts. The ornament punch works beautifully. I've made some wonderful 3D ones. Circles you could do, even that kind of thing. Now you can see how it's going to turn into a 3D item, right, like that. So I am going to fasten it onto here. This is going to help make this the focal point. So I'm just going to put, makes a nice little handle there. I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back like that, and center it on the circle and open that up. And if you want, you can kind of flatten it down with your bone folder just to make sure it's really secure. And we've got that done. And now we can just fasten it on here, and we would have a very simple little banner. But we're going to dress it up. You know me, I can't stop just there. So what we're going to do, I was just looking around, wanting to keep it fairly simple, and I brought in this gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon, which is going to carry forward. We'll still be able to get it, but it's very popular. So if you haven't got it yet, I would suggest thinking about it at least. So let's see, I'm going to want it to go like that, but I think I want to just do a little twist. I haven't totally made this. I have the plan in my head, and it might turn out differently than what I'd planned. And let's see. What do you think? Does that jazz it up a little bit? Is that a good addition? I think we'll go with that. So now that I know what I want, I'm going to bring in my paper, not my paper snips. They are the paper snips, but they've only been used for ribbon. And I need about 6 hands here. There we go. Cut the excess off. I always like to leave my ribbon long, and then I can trim the excess off. Usually I leave it right on the spool, but that was a scrap piece, so had it that way. So now, and I just put some seal down. That was actually Seal Plus. But the nice thing is you can stick the ribbon into it, but you can still pick it up and play with it and see if you like it. So let's see. There we go. Get it going the same way. I'm being fussy. Sorry. There, that'll work, I think. And I can fluff that out afterwards. Now I think that needs to go on dimensionals, and I'm going to bring in the black dimensionals. Now when you order black dimensionals, you get 2 sizes in one package. You get the minis and you get the regulars. So that's a fun way of getting it. So some people have said, well, I didn't even know we sold black dimensionals. Yes, they're on the same page as all the other adhesives. Page 162, that's one page I know because I go to it so often. And let's see here. There we go. I'll just peel that off. And now if you're wondering, you're saying, Lillian, that's all well and good, but how are you going to hang it? Don't worry, I am going to show you. And then I'm going to show you ways to do another variation, and then your brains are going to go all over the place with it, I'm sure. Between this and the next one and the moose one in the catalog. So look at how that's looking already. Doesn't that stress it up? Or stress it up. Dress it up. And I'm not stressed. I am just, I don't know, talking funny as per usual. So I'm going to bring in the Frosted and Clear epoxy droplets. I love keeping them in these cases. And bring in this. As you can see, in the past I've done a little coloring on here with my blends, but tonight I want the clear ones. And I've got bits and pieces. When you get this package, you get both the frosted and the clear. They both come in the same package. So let's see, where shall we put them? Put one here or one up here? Oh, I'll put one here. Actually, I don't know, maybe I should have put them up here like stars. Oh, well, I am going to have to roll that a little bit. So, well, I could put one as a star. Did any of the rest of you see that beautiful star out there tonight? I know Irene did. Did anybody else? Okay, this is bugging me. It's not looking like I want it to. Let's see if I can wiggle it out without tearing the paper. Yes, Deborah, this is absolutely beautiful ribbon. And the more you work with it, the more beautiful you realize it is. I'm just trying to loosen that. I might just have to live with it. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to live with it. There we go. We will leave it like that for now. And now, how am I going to hang it? Now, you can hang it lots of different ways. You could roll it over and run thread through it. But if you're like me, I don't roll very easily, just freehand. You could put a dowel here and then hang it with strings like that, but I didn't have that either. So what I did is I have some straws. I got these straws at the, I think one of the dollar stores, and I can just attach this to there. I can either just attach it right like that, so the straw shows a little bit, so it actually matches. Boy, I'm really doing well tonight to be so coordinated. Or I could just roll it over a little bit like that, and then you've got that rolled edge. So what should I do? Should I do the rolled edge or the flat edge? What do you think? And while you're giving me that information, I'm going to show you how to get the string in. The string, I'm going to use the twine that's part of the Playful Pets set. There's red ribbon that comes in that set and twine. And if you try to just feed it in, it might kind of not cooperate. So what I do in cases like that is I bring in these. Yes, this is what you would usually find where the toothbrushes are, and they're dental floss holders. I use them all the time for crafting. They make like a giant needle. So I can thread the eye of the needle, no sweat, and then I can thread it through all kinds of small spaces. So it isn't quite, okay, I'm busy talking and looking through the phone and not. So I'm going to pinch here because this is a little bit longer than this floss holder. So I'm going to have to give it a little bit of a nudge. When I did this earlier today, it worked. And I can see it just about at the edge, but I think it's catching on where I cut the straw in half. There we go. Let's see if it'll go a little bit farther. There it is. Whoops! I wiggled and it went back in. It's so shy. There. Ha ha ha! We've got it. All right. So now all I need to do is decide how long I want this and tie a knot. So I'm going to give myself some room to tie the knot. And Lynn's saying rolled edge, and I don't see a rolled, so we'll do the rolled edge. Okay. Da-da-da. Rolled edge it is. So I'm going to tie a knot, and again, it's however long you want it. This would look cute over a bottle of a beverage bottle, or it looks cute hanging up, and you can move this around. Now it is your choice. I'm just going to trim some of the excess off here. It is your choice. You can do whatever with the ends, or if you don't want the ends to show at all, of course you can slide it to the inside, right? I'm going to leave mine out. I just kind of like that look. And now, how to make a rolled edge. First off, I'm going to just soften the fibers a little bit here and do a little rolling. I could do that with my bone folder too, but I'm going to go like that. Then I'm going to put that to the side and bring in my tear and tape. And Seal Plus would work too. And I'm going to run it down the top edge here, like that. Press it down to make sure it's got well stuck down, and then peel it off. And then just stick it to the straw or the doweling or whatever you're going to be using. And you could do a really huge one and do it to the center of wax paper roll or something like that too. So now I'm going to roll it some more, and I'm going to put just a bit more tear and tape here. I'm actually going to catch that edge, so it's going to do double duty, and it's going to catch a bit more and roll it one more time. Okay, press it down and now catch an edge. So here's the famous question, are you ready for Christmas? I really don't feel very stressed this year because it's just my husband and I, the first time ever. So there we go. So now I've got the rolled edge. Maybe could unroll it just a smidge. So there's a little note for the future. Maybe do the attaching to the straw first, and then you can lower that down a little bit, but you get the idea. There is your little banner. Now that could hang anywhere. It could hang on a present. It could hang on a gift. Or gift, present, they're the same things, aren't they? It could hang on the fridge. It could hang anywhere you want, on a doorknob. Where are some places that you can think of to hang it? What do you think? I'm just going to show you another idea here. I'm going to use the same paper, bring it in, and because we just learned that lesson, I'm going to soften this. Oh, Lynn, you're all ready? Good for you. I've got a bit of wrapping to do, but most of our family lives far away, so I had to get that all taken care of ahead of time. And had to do a little bit more baking than usual. Not that I had to, but my daughter usually does part of the baking and I usually do, but she's in quarantine in her basement, so she can't cook or do anything. So that's how that goes. So now I'm going to learn my lesson. I should have thread the thread, but I can do that afterwards. You don't need to watch me do that. I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to add just a bit more tear and tape. Where did I put it? There we go. Do you ever find that when you're crafting that you end up losing everything on your desk? I have a habit of doing that. I'm going to try putting the tear and tape here this time. I think it will work a little bit better. And tear that off, peel it off, and there we go. So now we have it looking like that. Now, if you've noticed, now I've got the other banner going here. What you could do is, if you wanted, you could end up putting pictures on here, and this could be a year-round kind of thing. You could just frame them like that and put them on, or you could put this like that. So really you can do whatever you want once you get the idea of doing the banners. And like I was saying, this is a great activity to do with children, to do with seniors, to do with yourself and the people that you are at home with. So I wanted to just share how easy that is to do so that you could have a little bit of fun with that as well. And I think that is pretty much it for tonight. I'm just wondering, I was thinking about offering a class between Christmas and New Year's that would be very simple, where you would just use what you have at home, and I would give you a couple of ideas of what to do with that. If that sort of is of an interest to you, let me know, and I can proceed with planning that. So do let me know about that, and about the paper share, and watch the newsletter tomorrow, and most of all, have a really special and wonderful Christmas. Many blessings to you and to your family as we just think about what this really truly means this season for us. So thank you so much, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.